Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to be doing some more Verminion matches. And this time all my matches are going to be using a cool strategy that I saw on the forums. So thanks for Mia for bringing it to my attention. I'm still practicing with the strategy, so I'm very new at it, and I might not be using the most optimal minions or optimal way to use it right now. So anyways, this is just early game, so I start off with cats and some siege units to left and right. And this opponent seems to be sending Spriggans to my Search Eye, and his main attacking force is Succubus, which my Hildebrands neatly counter. So the crux of the strategy that was really interesting was, you know how Hildebrand has an ability that you could trigger that desummons him after 20 seconds, but it gives a whole party or a whole army a buff? Well, it turns out you could actually cleanse the withdraw ability using a cleanse minion. And same thing for other withdrawal abilities, like the bombs, like Robonion. You can cleanse away the bombs. So anyways, right now I'm just trying to set up. I don't really entirely know how to set this thing up. So I'm just basically playing standard, going for a Search Eye, trying to secure, like clean up his army a bit, secure an advantage. So Succubus are kind of scary when they're in a big blob. But there was only, I think, 4 there that had the attack buff, and also it was facing against Hildebrand, which are already tanky and are, have a type advantage against Succubus. So I just kind of threw them in there while I'm building up my technical side. The technical side is one cleanse army, or group of 4 cleanse, which is the serpent hatchlings I'm choosing to use here, and then my bomb units, and also Hildebrands if I could afford them, because I mean Hildebrands are very costly sometimes if you want to have a mixture of units. You don't really have enough points for all of this. But anyways, with a group of bomb units already in the middle, it's really hard to break. But now, like, basically my bomb units are immortal, as in they can't be desummoned after I use the bomb. So I also summoned a cat just to take out the Search Eyes once they're up. And it's just a cheap 10 point unit. So it looks like the middle crystal is about to go down, so I'm gonna move to the next crystal. I see most of his army is on the right side, so I'm gonna head right, clean up his army a bit. So I have all my abilities ready, and you'll see how normally when you use a bomb ability, so first Hildebrand, and then bomb, and then cleanse everything. So the cleanse also removes Hildebrand's attack and defense buff, so it returns everything back to normal for whatever the cleanse was used on. But hey, for that really quick burst to kill all his army, it's worth it. And now the advantage of this is I still have all my units, and I don't need to wait to resummon them again. And also, the bombs are all now charged in like 30 seconds. Anyways, I think I pretty much won this match, so let's move on to the next match. I just barrel into this last crystal and I'll win. Alright, so here's another match. Same idea, same strategy. Got a bit more practice. This is a different opponent though. This opponent looks like starting off with buffaloes to the shield. So when I see that, I kind of think that the opponent might not be as experienced with high level play, although it's this kind of play is enough to beat any average player. But I mean, going for the shield isn't high priority unless you like have some overall strategy for it. It's the Search Eyes that will give you the big tactical advantage in the beginning. And again, this time I'm lucky too, since Hildebrands again counter his buffaloes, and Hildebrands will be a main portion of my final army that I'm going for. I need to keep my Hildebrands alive now for this strategy to work, because Hildebrands take 60 seconds to charge their ability, and I kind of want to use their ability in the end and cleanse off the debuff. Kind of pairs well with Hildebrand and a bomb type unit. And the initial cats that I sent for the Search Eyes, after they get sent to the Search Eyes, I kind of want to sack them after. So this time the opponent kind of defended them effectively using a couple of Puffs of Darkness. So I had to send some more beefier units in. Anyways, I'm still just trying to create my army. I need to create some room basically to summon these serpent hatchlings. Basically these cats gotta go soon. They do have a limit break, so you also gotta be really quick triggering the limit break for the bomb and the cleanse, because the withdrawal happens pretty fast, so you gotta be on your toes. So still trying to set up. I'm still trying to find the best way to set up this army. The transition isn't as smooth right now for me. But I have the bases here, the core group, basically 4 bombs and 4 serpents, which is actually very risky, mainly because you could easily lose a bomb, lose a serpent, and then your whole strategy goes down the drain. So you want to have a few backup bombs and serpents. So you can see me take down his some of his units in the middle there. They were just basically free for me because I used the bomb and I don't lose any bombs. Now, I mean, I don't know about how to counter the strategy. Right now it feels like it's pretty OP, only because I haven't discovered a way around it. But it does feel like it has a few weaknesses in that you have to have like a big blob. It also takes a while to set up, so if in the beginning the opponent just barrels into you, into your Robo Neons and stuff, well, like, you know, you're kind of out of luck. You either gotta fight with them or do something with them. And then also traps will completely wreck it. But, you know, with an army this big right now, crystals don't matter too much anymore. I could just walk into each crystal and just pop it because I have so many units. But I would have to die hard. I still want to defend against their army a bit. So you can see I'm about to use the ability again. So get the bombs ready, and then cleanse so that the bombs don't withdraw. And I have a little fight on the left side too. My Hildebrand's taking care of his puffs. So I mean, I think some ways to deal with this type of strategy is either you outplay them with the same strategy, you know, that's always a viable counter against any strategy, or you, I think because this strategy requires a big blob to work, if you split up and spread units to every crystal, it's going to be really hard to split up this army, because this army needs all the components together, kind of. You need both the serpents and the neons, and then you need some beefy units to protect this army, because the serpents and neons are kind of weak. You could go in with some limit break units and snipe them down, and also if you see just 4 neons or 4 bombs, so here I used the strategy again. My cleanse didn't reach 3 of my Hildebrand, so you can see 3 of them are still buffed with their attack buff, so they're going to desummon in a bit. But it worked out in my favor since they still need to hit these Puffs of Darkness for a bit, take them out. And you can see they desummoned, and now have to summon new ones again. But this match is pretty much won. Might as well move on to the next one, but I guess I'll talk about the counters again. So the army needs to be in a big blob. You could counter with like a trap, I think, because the serpents and the neons are very weak. Although you could, instead of using serpents and neons, you could use stronger units like Kanye or Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is also a bomb type, and that's 4 speed also. And that's more expensive of an investment. Your whole army is going to be in this one little blob. So if your opponent splits up really well, then it might be hard to deal with. Anyways, let's move on to the next match. So here's another match. I'm going to try to use the same strategy so I can practice and see what its quirks are. So it looks like I'm lucky again. The opponent is using monster heavy army, and my Hildebrands will easily counter. Although a bunch of the succubus is still very scary because of their attack buff. But the advantage of this strategy also is that because you're using bombs, you can easily wipe out these swarms, because the bombs can just kill all the swarms instantly. Try to run my little siege unit away because I didn't want to waste them. I'm still kind of setting up. It does take a long time to set up, and I kind of want to sacrifice my cats a bit because their use has already been spent. They already did the search eye. Just run them in there. You don't really want to fight succubus against Hildebrands. Hildebrands are already so good, you don't want to make them any better. So it looks like he's moving his army to the left here. I want to use my Hildebrands, but I want to buff them up. Like, I don't want to wait until all their abilities are charged. Just waiting a bit. So just a tip, if you look at the menu with all your minions, if you see a double exclamation mark, it means they're fully charged. So one more. I'm just looking at that one. So this time I know Hildebrand's ability lasts for 20 seconds. Let's see if I can run him back in time to get cleansed. Oh, I don't think I have enough time. I only have 8 more seconds. Plus I need to use a bomb. No, they just missed it. I was just, I need to be more careful on that time. But I wiped out his army anyway, so in 30 seconds I have another bomb. Basically, the window for him is only 30 seconds. So you should be attacking right now. But this strategy really counters this swarm style of play. Swarm and blob. You really want to split up your swarm and just spread everywhere. Either that or I think I said earlier, use traps. A trap can easily kill all of these minions. Or buff up your own Hildebrands. So this strategy might fall the way of the Hoary Snowman strategy. I don't know if you guys knew back a while ago, the Hoary Snowman had an ability that can make all your units effective against crystals. You know, so like AoE around the snowman instead of just the action party, which will be just the 4 snowmans. So if you click that ability, then the crystal, like if you had an army of this size, the crystal will just like, instantly die. You also see that I'm now like, as I open up more slots in my army, as the crystals die, I don't need the book there anymore, and I don't need the Search Eye Killing Cat anymore. I could add more Robo Neons to my army, just so that it's safer, so that he can't just snipe one of them and then I'm left with nothing. So a few matches I had that were less clean than this one. Yeah, like I only kind of went greedy, was 4-4. Didn't lose in the end, but it was kind of risky because if one Robo Neon or one Serpent dies, the strategy kind of falls apart a bit. But this match is won, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, one more match using this strategy, just to show, its effectiveness against a variety of opponents. This time seems like my opponent's going for Wolf Pups, which, my Hildebrands are a bit less optimal with. Although I don't really need to go with only Hildebrands. But, initially, I don't really care too much about his Wolf Pups. I did get his eye. It seems like this opponent doesn't really know that the attack up buff doesn't make you kill the crystals faster. Now I'm gonna go in. And I think at this point I need to start sacrificing my my cats, so I'm just gonna start using them for direct attacks instead of running away and stuff. Because I need more summoning rune. So I just waited for some of his attack buffs to fall off, and he's using them prematurely. Should save them for when engagement happens. And oh, like that. So, although I could have already cleaned up with my cats here. I need them to kill my cats more. I don't really want to desummon them and waste them, but I need to set up my Serpent Hatchling soon. So it seems like there's another small Wolf Pup army that my cats can be used to engage. The healthy Hildebrand I will send to fight, and the weaker ones I'll heal. I mean, normally I would desummon them and resummon a new one, but right now, since I'm using this strat, I want to keep my Hildebrand's abilities going. So like the timer is still at, it takes 60 seconds to set up, so I don't really want them to die. They need to live for 60 seconds at least, all 4 of them. So now, at this point, I think I have everything set up, and this time there's also with Hildebrands. I guess it's been Hildebrands all the other times I recorded also. Looks like he's about to attack. So it's a bit better than traps in that it's mobile. It's like has the same effectiveness as traps. I need to heal up that one Hildebrand though, but looks like engagement's happening. And it was kind of scary because I was worried that he would be able to snipe down my units faster. I did have, I think, a couple of backups in there. So just a few extra Serpent Hatchlings and Robo Neons just in case he kills one. But you gotta make sure they're all charged though, otherwise it's kind of pointless. And I pretty much won at this point. But you see, he also happened really fast. That engagement happened so fast that it's basically down to luck at that point. Well, I mean, it's not really luck. If you have a few extra ones, then you know you kind of offset the randomness there. You really don't want him to be able to snipe down though one of your Robonians. The most important is Robonian. I mean, if he kills a Serpent Hatchling, yeah, your units get desummoned, but at least you killed everything. But if your Robonian dies, then you are without without your main attacking force. So that's why Hildebrand is pretty good in this group, because you know of its defense buff and it could tank a bit so that your Robonians don't die instantly. But we'll see if the strategy goes the way of the Hoary Snowman and gets nerfed, or if they keep it. Not sure how good these opponents actually are. Maybe I could have just beat them with any other strategy too, but I mean they were pretty high points. One of them was 800, one of them was 1000 something, one of them was 1800, I guess. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.